Hi, Young Adult Writers Network. I'm Leah Bobbitt, author of Above. And because it's what I'm doing right now, I wanted to talk to you today about revising, which is something we're all going to need to do. No first draft ever comes out perfect. That's the reason it's called a first draft. So we do revisions to bring out the idea more strongly, to cut away the bits where we were just figuring stuff out, and make our story the best that it can be. So I wanted to share with you 3 tips for doing that. The first thing I do when I finish a piece is I put it away. I don't look at it, because when you've just finished something, you're still looking at it as a writer. You're on the inside of an idea. If you picture the idea as a box, it's on top of your head and you can't see the outsides. So it's very important to get away from the story, from the idea for a little while. Go do something else, go write something else. And when you can look at the words you've written and see them more like an editor or like a reader, then you're ready to go. The second thing I do is I will print it out on paper, usually in a different font, on a different type size than I wrote it in, because again, that makes it more separate from you. It's not the piece of visual data you're used to looking at. So again, you're like, oh, these are different words. And I will take a pen and I will go somewhere else away from my computer and just mark it up. Things I mark on manuscripts at this stage: you don't have to fix everything in one go. It's very important to remember that. When I was doing the revisions on Above, I'd do some line work, I'd rewrite some sentences, but occasionally I'd write in the margins on whole pages, "This is stupid, fix it." And I fixed it later. And that's okay, that's allowed. You've got a couple passes to do this, you've got a bit of a chance to make this right. The third thing I'd say is you want to get good feedback from people you trust. And knowing how to find critiquers you trust and who get what you're doing is very important, but also knowing how to take a critique is very important. So when your notes come back from your friends who have read it and they're like, "I don't understand this," or "This is what's going on here, isn't it?" or "I don't really like this sentence, it could be better." Here's the trick in taking critique. You look at it and you think, okay, first off, do I agree with this? If you agree with it and you're like, of course, could have done it that way, much cooler, then you're fine. There you have a suggestion to incorporate. But if you're not sure, or if your first reaction is kind of to flip out, it's like, no, I can't, sleep on it. Think about it. Try it that way. Because the great thing about right now, a lot of people doing their writing on computers or doing your writing digitally, is that if you open up another file and you just kind of try it out to see how it would look, it doesn't really damage the original. Nothing happens to the original. You're safe. So that would probably be my greatest tip for revision, but just for writing in general. Experiment, play with it, have fun, see how things work, because you've got the time and you've got the space, and when you're playing with it, that's what makes for the best work. So thanks very much and good luck.